Discipline can be everything. But what's discipline to you? The mind is the first line of defense against everything that enters our existence. Discipline is something that you just might need. What is discipline? What is willpower? They're oftentimes two of the most underutilized tools that we have. So this not only involves strengthening our mental conditioning, but this also involves being more mentally aware of where the conditioning is required. You see, your brain is wired to do certain things, and it's going to do it automatically. The main objective is to take more work off of you so that you can focus on things that are maybe a little more pertinent. The good thing about that is that we can also train the brain on what we want it to do. It just so happens that willpower and discipline, they don't really operate on these automatic levels that the brain runs on. At least not without some conditioning. But see, this might be bad for breaking bad habits, but this is just what we need to take back control of our mental conditioning. Now, these are some really simple questions, but they're often questions that don't get enough attention, and they certainly don't get enough notoriety. Prime example, how are you doing is probably one of the most untruthfully answered questions in existence. Seriously, statements like, okay, good, fine, great, better than I deserve, or one day at a time. Yeah, they sound good, but how are you really feeling? How are you doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening? What have you been blessed with? Really take everything that you have on the table, and I mean really get down to the grains of your blessings. To stop and acknowledge it every now and then. Also, what are you struggling with? What are challenges in your life? What are they? These are okay to ask yourself, and they're even better to ask those that are around you. This is the environment that you reside in, right? Okay then. So we are what we surround ourselves with, and vice versa. What's bothering you in this season? What's bothering you today? What have you maybe pushed back to the back of your mind in order for you to render an answer such as fine? Maybe it's just fine, but maybe sometimes we're just suppressing some things that might need to be let out, even if they're to ourselves. But listen, guys, when we talk about discipline, when we talk about that willpower, these are things that we have to break down into very small components, depending on the dosage required for the situation. One thing that is important to keep in mind is that discipline and both willpower require us to know what's going on inside of us in order to continue to propel us. So until the next time, I heart Mondays. I hope you do too. From Sir Evans with love. Salute.